Hey, Jean, how's it going today?
Hey, it's going good, Emily. How are you?
I'm good. Still trying to fully recover from the golf outing, the annual White Paw golf outing we had on Wednesday. It was awesome to see you and so many of our partners.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I love that event. Unfortunately for me this year, it's the only golf event I'm doing in our industry. So it really
Wow.
meant a lot to me to be able to be there because, yeah, just with my schedule, it's the
Right.
only one I'm probably going to be able to play in. So thank you for having it and hosting it. And it's
Well,
always a good time. So, yeah,
I
great,
feel
great time.
fortunate you chose ours. That's
I
awesome.
know. Well, it's the best one. So why wouldn't I?
So here we are digging into another episode of No Commercial Breaks. And the title for today's episode is Beyond Bandwidth.
Yeah.
We want to talk a little bit about how you can be more than just a pipe, just offering the internet and the value that that brings to an end user. And maybe you want to start by sharing some of your recent experiences with some of that.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, my husband and I made a big move, literally, from
Yes.
our small little town in Cross Lake, Minnesota, and we moved back to the Twin Cities, really to be closer to our families. And, we travel a lot close to the airport and just some of the things we do. So we loved our time in, the rural small town area, and we do miss some of it, but we're, like I said, grateful to be back by our families. And, it's only been 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks to the day. And the thing I miss the most is my local ISP, my local Tremolo Communications. I mean, the service that they provide, not just the service of fast internet, because I was one of their first fiber customers. I love their fiber internet. It's great. It allowed both my husband and I to work from home, great speeds. We stream, all that. But I think people expect more than just
Yeah.
fast internet. And I got that with Tremolo Communications. I got great service. If there ever was an issue, they could, remote in, see what was going on, maybe even fix whatever was going on remotely, or they would immediately send someone out to help us, with maybe an extender in the home or something like that. As I moved back to the Twin Cities, my choices are national service providers. I don't have a local ISP, and what a frustrating experience to get set up. I mean, the customer service was a chatbot, and
Yep.
a recorded phone, and I had to go to a store, and the store was just tons and tons of people, and you could tell all the employees were unhappy, and it just was not a great experience. And things are up and running now, and we'll see how things go. But I guess I just got really spoiled with the local provider. And I guess I would say, Emily, I think you and I are spoiled too, getting to work with companies like this who really
Yep.
know that it is more than just being a pipe and a broadband provider. It is being part of your local community and offering more than just internet install. It's
Absolutely.
more.
And I remember, I think you said you were just going to even do the self install, which only certain people that are tech savvy enough would be able to do anyway. But then that backfired on you,
Yeah.
right? So then you knew you needed, with
Yeah.
all the other stress of moving, you knew you needed the internet in order to work and do
Yeah.
everything. And then you didn't have it for a while and had to use your hotspot. And
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy to think, um, before you buy a house or before you look at buying a house, for me, is there fiber there? Is there
Yeah.
fiber connectivity? And can I get all the services that I want? And so, yeah, back in the day when there was dial up and then it went DSL, it was not a necessity. It was a luxury. If you
Yeah.
were one of those adapters that were able to get that internet connectivity, now it's a necessity to have fiber
Absolutely.
or good speed broadband, wireless, if that's what you have in your area. But you absolutely have to have it. And so I think these local companies win by not only providing that, but say if you're going to get into streaming, if you offer that as well to troubleshoot the network end to
Mm-hmm.
end, because if you're getting internet through maybe a national player and then you're getting YouTube TV or something
Right.
else, right? And
Right.
you have problems, who's Whose fault is it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, who are you gonna call? It's not Ghostbusters, you know? It's like,
Yeah, right?
they'd probably be better than maybe the internet provider or the streaming provider, you know? It's
Yeah.
like you have to call like almost an outside IT person to come help you with your problems,
Yeah.
you know, in that situation. And I would say too, you know, what I love about our local companies is when they are providing video, they're listening to their customers about channels that they want, and they all have local channels. And you know, a lot of times we see the hyper local channels, you know, the channels that have your city council meetings
Yeah.
and your high school football games and high school choir concerts and things like that. Those are just as widely viewed as some of the channels that we pay good money for, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
programmers. And those channels will never be available on YouTube TV or Hulu Plus or Direct TV or, you know, maybe not even, you know, Charter and Comcast and some of those big players. So, you know, that's another benefit of having a local provider, is that they really listen to their customers and they offer solutions for their local company. And I guess the other thing I'll say is, I know like right now it seems really trendy for all ISPs to be offering a mobile play, you know, and the cell phones, and the national company that's providing my internet. Oh my gosh, you'd think they would be trying to sell me, you know, a lot of different things, in-home Wi-Fi monitoring, or, you know, I think it's like every day a mobile offer, every day switch your cell phone, and they are really, really pushing the cell phone on a national level. So I think it's great that local companies are getting into that, because they can help people, you know, switch cell phones and everything and do it in person. But after my experience just setting up the internet with them, there's no way I would want to switch my cell phone right now. You know, like they failed so miserably at the internet install. Why would I ever even dream of switching cell phone providers to them right now? You know, like it just, I don't even care if they could save me money. I would not want to go through that hassle. So,
And that's the thing, like you get what you pay for, and the customer service, I feel like you've validated with the rural provider you have and the rural provider I know I have, they just do better. It's like they care more. You're truly part of the community, part of the family. It's very different than calling a national call center. And yeah, you've got that connection. And two, back to the content piece and developing something that matters in the community and putting it out there. It also can help visibility, because grandma who lives in California might be able to access that if you adapt and pivot to streaming.
Right, exactly.
That's not locked down. And of course, the future, hopefully, for some of these rural providers, which they don't have today, would be able to even offer the content from the national players out of home. Right now, we're not there for everything, but I think that's the transition, and then it brings you more value as well.
No, I think we have a real opportunity as small local providers to, you know, partner with neighboring companies, bring our local channels together, put them on a streaming app, and then allow our snowbirds or our relatives who aren't nearby and able to go to the games. You know, like my husband and I used to be, you know, 3 hours away. It would be great to have watched some of our families, you know, the granddaughters and nieces and nephews games, you know, remotely. We're back here and we get to see them in person now, but you know, the people who can't do that still want to see some of those things and have that local connection. So I think, you know, that's something we all need to start having more conversations about and finding a way to make that happen.
And if you don't have the expertise and you're looking for someone, there's definitely partners. Happy to help, you know, happy to help you figure out how to make that happen in that transition. So it's an exciting time. So,
well, this is great conversation. Again, thank you for that great golf outing, and can't wait for next year's. And you had beautiful weather, no thunderstorms this time. We weren't all in the clubhouse watching the radar on the Weather Channel. So it was great.
Yes, it was awesome. Another year of fun.
Till
next time.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Emily.